Hello, folks. I don't know if you know us or not. Let's introduce ourselves. We're the Hoosier Hitchhikers. It's been a minute. We're on the road going to a place.
We are.
Where are we going, Cindy?
Winchester, Indiana.
Winchester?
Yes.
Like, is that where Sam and Dean live?
No.
Are we going to go see Sam and Dean?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think we're going to see Sam and Dean.
We're not going to see them. We're not going to see them.
Oh, yeah. She's lying. We are going to see some supernatural stuff, perhaps.
Yes. That we're going to see. Well, maybe.
Going to Winchester, Indiana. We're going to go to the what is it?
Asylum.
Yes, but what asylum? It is the Randolph County Asylum.
You may have heard of it. You may not have.
I'd never heard of it. We started researching it. Some friends of ours were really into doing this investigation here. Apparently it's been pretty investigated. Jason Hawes from TAPS, he's been there. Plenty of, mom and pop paranormal groups have been there. State Trooper. But, looks like it's got an interesting history, so there's a possibility there. Maybe.
It should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll have a good time. At the very least, you'll get to sit and watch our crazy mugs for a little while. Maybe entertaining. I don't know. Well, we'll fill you in later on. Good luck. We don't even need the threat of a haunted building to scare Cindy. This is her great fear right here with all these windmills. She hates large propellers for some reason. Yeah, look at that. Everywhere. It's smiling at you, Cindy.
Stop it.
They're coming for you, Cindy. The windmills, they come for you. We are in the middle of nowhere. I mean nowhere. The last two cars we've seen on the road were police. There's not much else going on. Winchester. Old Sam and Dean will be around here any turn.
No. I said no.
You suggested no. You didn't say no.
It's very unlikely.
But there is a chance. Heck of a monument right there. Back on the road again. We had a lovely dinner at Amazing Joe's Steakhouse. It was really good. There it is, right in front of us. That's it. Randolph County Infirmary.
There's the cemetery right there. You're not going to be able to see that because
of the glare.
Yeah. home sweet home for the night.
Our accommodations. This is it. Randolph County Infirmary. It is a brisk, windy evening up here in east central Indiana. The temperature's probably about 48 degrees right now, and it's going to get in the upper 20s tonight. And we are in the beginning of hunting season, so gonna hear plenty of that.
Been here before, correct?
Correct.
Are you welcome to Randolph County Infirmary / Asylum? When you hear the word infirmary, what's the first thing you think of?
Medicine.
Huh?
Medical.
Medical? There was never, ever any doctors here, never any psychiatrists, not nurses, not even candy stripers. None of that was even here. I take it you're filming me now, right?
I am.
Okay, cool. I ain't got no problem with that. It's kind of funny. The majority of people walks in and says, I saw you on TV. Yeah, yes, you did. You think I care? No. Okay, so you understood what I said. There's never any doctors here. No psychiatrist, no nursing, no nothing. In other words, if you're a resident here, you're basically on your own. And to go into a little bit more detail, let's say you, on the lady's side out here, all of a sudden fell over with a heart attack in the hall. It's before cars and before telephones. You're in trouble. Somebody's got to hook up the horse and buggy, make it 2 miles to Winchester to get the contract physician for this place. He's got to hook his horse and buggy up and get back out here. Now, by the time they get here, you're probably going to be legs up, down. You're going to be done.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people that died here because of that, too. Now, when you hear the word asylum, what do you think of?
Mental institution.
Mental?
Yeah.
Do you know why you think it's mental? Because you've watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest too many times. Besides that, Jack Nicholson is my hero, wacko actor. He's good. I like Jack Nicholson, okay. He freaks me out just looking at him. All right. Well, it is not an asylum. It never was and never will be. But there is a little catch to that. Let's say you have a physical handicap or a mental handicap
Mm-hmm.
that you can't work to support yourself. Okay?
Gotcha.
You got a free ride here.
Okay.
So, Randolph County got busy and built a facility right here where you're sitting right now. Not this building, but on the very same foundation that this building's sitting on. It was a 2-story log cabin. All right. What do you think the heat source was for that log cabin?
Wood fire.
Huh?
Wood fire.
That's exactly right. Big old honking fireplace, right? Actually, there were 3 in the first building. Okay. What do you think the cook stove was?
Wood fired stove.
You're on a roll. You're on a roll. Have you ever tried to cook on top of a wood-fired cook stove?
I have.
You build a fire in the oven and heats the top.
Yep.
I done it on a fishing cabin up in the woods up in Canada.
Mhm.
I volunteered to fry eggs one morning. I made ashes out of fried eggs. There ain't no way in hell you can control the temperature on that thing. You cannot. It's either red hot or not hot enough to do anything.
Right.
It's very difficult to do. All right, what do you think the lights were in that 1851 building?
Oil
Lamp.
lamp.
Say oil lamps, candles.
Oil lamps and candles. In other words, it wasn't them.
Right.
Nothing like that, okay? So everything I just mentioned is fire related. And you got mentally handicapped, physical handicapped people living here. That's a recipe for disaster, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And it finally did happen. In 1857, they accidentally burnt the place down. Everything except the limestone foundation. The log cabin's gone. There was absolutely no one hurt or killed in that first fire that destroyed the building. No one was killed, nobody was hurt. Now, one of the previous owners of this building actually helped write a book and so stated that when the first building burnt down, that was the start for the pauper cemetery outside. He said everybody in the building perished in the fire. They didn't.
Right.
And trust me when I say I'm a Randolph County historian, I know what I'm talking about. They did not die in a fire. Nobody did. He was trying to sell tickets to make it more than what it is. Okay?
Right.
So, nobody's hurt in the fire. But now, county has to get busy and provide another shelter for these people.
Okay.
There was 19 people in the building that burnt down. 16 of them were residents that lived here. 3 of them was a caretaker's wife, and their son.
Okay.
Okay? Nobody's hurt. Nobody's hurt, but they gotta get a new building built over here. Okay, that's where they built it too, on that wide open field, right in front of your automobiles where you parked over there. That's where building number 2 went. By the way, we're gonna make building number 2 out of brick,
Mm-hmm.
so it don't burn so quickly, so easily. And so as a matter of fact, we're gonna help the county save some money, we're gonna manufacture the bricks here ourselves. No. And so they were building their own bricks right here. So the first building they gotta build over yonder is a kiln. Because they gotta make the bricks. How hot does that kiln have to get before you could take a not metal, but liquid brick and pour it into a sand mold? And when it dries, it solidifies and it's waterproof. How hot do you have to get it before it's waterproof?
Yeah, I don't know.
That I do not know.
I'm surprised. I had somebody sit right there and tell me exactly last week because he worked in a pottery shop.
Yeah, so I know when you do that, it basically turns it into a large chunk of ceramic, essentially,
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 1,600 degrees. Okay? You know how hot 1,600 degrees is?
Barry?
I do, because I've been in fires that was ever been that hot. Thank God for thermal insulate clothes, fire clothes, okay? And so if you don't make them that hot when you're cooking them, it's equivalent to me carrying a wheelbarrow out here in the field and picking up dirt clods and bringing them back here trying to build something out of a dirt clod.
Right.
What happens when it rains on dirt clod?
It's gonna all go away.
So is a brick, if it wasn't got hot enough. So not only did emergencies cause problems, but just a normal rain caused problems too. Okay, now, they've been working for a while, little over a month over here. And they got about a third of that building built over there. And next thing you know, a great big old duck drowner of a rainstorm flies over. And so out comes the county commissioners. My God, what kind of damage it do? Surely it doesn't make what it did. The bricks weren't near hot enough when they were making them. Not even close,
Right.
okay? And so the rain caused a lot of the finished bricks to melt. All right, the normal thing that you should do is tear that building down and start over and do it right.
Right.
That's the cheapest thing for the taxpayers to do, okay? County commissioners didn't want to do that. They liked how fast it was coming along. Well, go ahead and make it just like we have been, yeah. Get it up. They did,
Yeah,
they did.
but it wasn't built to last after that.
They hired 14 men to live in the finished part of this building over here, and their whole job, the whole purpose of these 14 men was to go outside every day and tear the damaged bricks off and replace them with new bricks. Okay, in 1896, a damn tornado went right through here. And you've seen what tornadoes can do to steel I-beams and everything else. Just imagine what it does to a poorly constructed brick building. And it did do it. It really did. Well, out come your county commissioners again. And now, all right, so the one was checking out this foundation right here. He called the rest of the guys over. Come here and look at this. In that corner right back there, there's a heat crack from their previous fire in 1851. We can fix that. In that corner down there, there's a heat crack from the fire. We can fix that. Why don't we hire a couple engineers? Let's have them engineer us a new building. Let's build a new building over with bricks, and let's do it right this time. Third time's a charm. We're gonna build a brand new building right here on top of the limestone foundation that's always been here since 1851. We're gonna build a 66,000 square foot. 66,000 square foot Romanesque revival style architecture building right here. So what's Romanesque revival architecture?
So the building is in the shape of a cross. That's,
See the pillars right there?
yeah,
That's Romanesque revival.
okay.
All right, if you go outside and look above every window and every door, you're gonna see bricks setting up on the end in the shape of an arch above every window and every door. Your old Romans discovered many, many, many years ago that an arch was the most sturdy building product there is. That's how come half of the old Roman Empire is still standing over there in Europe. Exactly why. And so, now, see these round things right here?
Mm-hmm.
What I tell you them are called?
The witch's hat.
Witch's Hat Tower.
Yeah.
Okay, it's called a witch's hat tower because the roof on it has a hat or roof like a witch, okay? What is the purpose of a witch's hat tower in these old ancient brick buildings?
I would imagine defensive purposes.
No, Civil War is over.
I was thinking a little bit older than that.
I know you were. All right, if you live here, you're broke. You haven't got a dime. County commissioner said you could live here, so it don't cost you nothing to live here. County commissioners also told you, if you spend your entire life here, Randolph County will pay for your funeral. Really? Randolph County will pay for your funeral. And so when you die here, which you will someday, not tonight, I hope, so please don't. I can't handle that, so please don't.
We have 502 days.
Yeah, you'll make her book after you die here. Okay, so if you die here, there's a dead gurney on the first floor. You know what a dead gurney is? It's a bed with wheels on it, and they wheel it into your room and put you on that. Somebody is going to have, there's a dead gurney upstairs on the second floor too. It depends on, roll you off of your bed into that box. Now you're gonna wind up out in the pauper cemetery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. You just got, the county promised you a free funeral. You ain't had no funeral yet. You got rolled out of bed into a pine box.
Okay.
Okay. They're gonna wheel you in your pine box right down here. See a plant back here? It wouldn't be there. There'd be a wooden table set across right there. They're gonna bring you down here in your pine box, pick your box and you up, and set you right on that table.
So they use those nooks for more of being a makeshift funeral parlor, essentially when you.
Basically, but there's more to it than that.
Okay.
Alright. Then you're gonna get 4 to 6 volunteers, people that live here, to come down here and sit on that bench that goes all the way around that round area for 24 hours
Make sure you don't wake up.
and watch you in that casket to make sure you don't wake up. You've heard funerals called wakes, haven't you? Now you know why. You don't have to be embalmed today,
Nope.
but you're gonna have to at least go through one of these wakes
Right.
legally. So you're gonna let somebody else sitting there with a bad ass or hungry or gotta pee determine whether you're alive or dead? I'm not going to.
Right.
I'm gonna get fried. I'm gonna make damn good sure I'm dead. I wanna be cremated, okay? Dad, what are you gonna do? And I said, I'm gonna be cremated. I said, but you've got an important job to do on that day. He said, what's that? What am I supposed to do? You're dead. I don't want to do anything. You know, I don't blame you. I said, when I'm on that conveyor belt, getting ready to go into that blast furnace, I want you to dump a complete plastic sack of unpopped popcorn down my neck. So by God, when I go through there, I'm gonna pop. Popcorn for everybody. He said, you're kidding, aren't you? And I said, no. Yes, I'm kidding. Although I think that'd be great to see. Now, you already know about Ida Gunkel.
Yeah.
You all know about Ida. I don't have to go to her story. She killed herself down in the basement, hung herself on a broom that she laid across 2 drain pipes that's about that far below her ceiling. And she ripped about 1.5 inch strip wide of 4-foot mattress material off of her bunk and tied it to that broom and let it hang down between the pipes. Tied it around her neck and then walked off the bunk. she had to stand on her bunk to reach the pipes.
Right.
And so she walked off the bunk. Now that drop that she took was no farther from right here to the floor. That won't break your neck.
Nope. No, she suffered.
When Mrs. Stormberg found her the next morning, Ida's feet was on the ground. She's dead. She's leaning 45 degrees forward against that knot. She strangled herself to death. She did not break her neck, so it wasn't clean and it wasn't pretty. All right, now, I told you that. Now, I've taken off from that sentence and we've done walks. One of the first places I'm going to show you is Ida's room. Okay? I've had so many people go into her room. Ida, why didn't you just stand up? She'll give you an answer if you've got a spirit box. She'll say, I didn't have nothing left to live for. She had syphilis.
Mm-hmm.
Her oldest daughter died of sickness. Her son lived 7 miles down the road to Lynn, down here. Her son was familiar with this building and stuff they'd done here. He brought her here to try to get her help. What did I tell you about psychiatrists and everything?
They're not here.
There ain't none. There's no help for her here. And so he brings her up here, and I can just see him and her sitting on that couch over there, and the caretaker and his wife sitting right here. He's doing his damnedest to talk caretaker into taking her. A caretaker can't do anything with her either, because I don't know if you're aware of this, but one of the first things that syphilis does to a human is that it eats their brain.
Right.
Not only do you lose body parts, but you lose your brain too. There ain't nothing nobody can do for it.
Right.
There is a cure today, thank God.
Right.
But there wasn't then. There wasn't then. And so Ida sat down here in a room on this floor, gets to thinking about her lot in life. In other words, her husband cheated on her, brought home a death sentence for her. Her daughter, favorite daughter, died, and now her son has brought her here and left her. And she's convinced she's been dumped. Okay. So that's that. So now let's go to Doris Addington. In the 1920s, there was a car pulled up right out here, right at the, off 27, right at the end of our sidewalk out here. 3 young girls got out of that car and come up here and sat on the front steps. They got their arms around her and everything else, crying. Then 2 of the young girls go back, get in the car, and drives away and leaves the youngest one, Doris Addington, here. Okay. Well, these are the Addington sisters, 19, 17, and 11. Okay. All 3 of them were born here to the Addington mom and dad. Mom and dad was not caretakers, they were residents. Well, they know that Doris, the 11-year-old one, needs parental care. The older ones probably don't. Yeah. But they know that Doris needs parental care. Do you know why?
Wasn't she a little bit, did she have a mental handicap going too?
She didn't have mental handicap, she had a speech defect. What happened when she was a baby, she crawled through the fence out back out here into the horse corral and got kicked in the head by a horse. She was just a baby and they gave her a speech defect. All right, the 2 older girls have decided in order for Doris to get parental guidance, let's go out to the orphan's home, put ourselves up for adoption, and that way we'll get parental guidance. Okay. Well, after the girls got home later, the two older ones got to talking, what about Doris? There ain't nobody gonna adopt her. Let's face it, you walk into an orphan's home in the 1920s. There's a little blonde 11-year-old girl standing over here next to the wall. You say, good morning, dear, and it takes her to 4 o'clock in the afternoon to say good morning to you.
Right.
Are you gonna adopt her? Hell no, you're not. There's something wrong with that kid. We're not gonna adopt her. And so the sisters were right. I feel like they were correct. I don't think anybody would have adopted Doris. So the sisters came up with the idea, well, why don't we just take her back to the infirmary where she's lived all of her life? Doris does not want to come back here. Because when you first come to this infirmary, you're asked, what can you do to help us here? In other words, mom and dad caretaker can't do everything. They've got to have volunteer help. Well, little 11-year-old Doris was stuck with helping clean. And we say 66,000 square feet. And you know how much house cleaning that is? That's a hell of a lot more than I'd ever do. I know I wouldn't do it. She didn't want to either. So she didn't want to come back here. So a week or two down the road, one of the older girls, the oldest girl, must have had legs long enough that she could reach the pedals in that car. It didn't really tear the car up bad when it was wrecked. She could drive it. And so one Sunday afternoon, they're having a drive-by out here, just a little Sunday afternoon drive. They pull up right in front out here. And that's when the 3 girls got out of the car and come up here and sat on the steps. They're breaking the news to Doris that they are going to leave her here. Just left her sitting out there on the steps, crying and upset. Now, you can't tell me the caretaker at this place wasn't involved in that, because his timing was perfect. They no sooner drove off than what he walked out the front door. What's the matter, Doris? What's going on? You know, he knows what's going on. You know, but he acts like he don't. She says, well, my sister just left me here. Caretaker immediately says, well, Doris, you know how it is here. You've been here before. We all help each other. What is it that you want to do to help us out here? She knew he was going to ask that, so she was ready for it. And I don't think she even stuttered. She says, I am 11 years old, and I know how to cook, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm surprised she didn't get backhanded. This is 1920s. You don't talk to elderly people like that back then. It got him. It really shook him. He didn't know what to do. So he said, Doris, no problem. He said, you go downstairs in the basement where the kitchen is. He said, you work on Mary down there in the basement for 2 years and learn the ropes. So Mary is volunteer first cook, okay? He said, you work on Mary for 2 years, learn the ropes, and it's yours. Doris went down that very same day and started working on Mary. Mary didn't last 2 years. She got sick and died. So before Doris is even 13 years old, she's cooking 3 meals a day for an average of 45 people in this building every day. You find me a 13-year-old kid who can do that today. As a matter of fact, you show me very many adults who can do it today. I can't, because I cooked in the Army.
I do.
You?
I would love to.
I cooked in the Army for 125 people, 3 meals a day for around 12 years. It's easy once you got the equipment to do and the supplies to do with, and you know what you're doing. It's easy. It really is. But it sounds like it's a nightmare, and it isn't really. And so Doris turned out to be an excellent cook. Very good, very good. She went ahead and was cooking by herself when McNamara died. Now, everybody in Winchester knew that Doris was an excellent cook and knew that she knew how to cook for large groups. And so whenever a church, Friends Church, Methodist, any church, any Kiwanis, Lions Club, Rotary, anything like that, was going to cook a meal for their membership, they would always get a hold of Doris and ask her if she would come in and help. And of course, she always volunteered to go in and help. They would offer to pay her. She would never, ever take not a dime. Nothing. Nothing. So one evening, the president of the Lions Club in Winchester was planning a big supper for the membership. They still do this today because I'm a member of the Lions. I appreciate their free meals. They're good. Okay. So they asked Doris to come in and help cook for their membership. Okay. She went. The president of the Lions Club said, Doris, he said, we've asked you to do this several times before. You've always done it. We've always offered to pay you, and you've never taken it. Surely there's something that we can do for you that you would like to make us feel better about you helping us. Well, that night, the president of the Lions Club of Winchester found out that Doris loves dolls. Not dogs, dolls, D-O-L-L-S. So he went out and bought her a doll and gave it to her. Doris loved that doll.
Oh, there's a bunch of dolls downstairs, aren't there?
Yes, there is.
Doris loved that doll and brought it out here with her. But the president of Lions Club told everybody else in Winchester that Doris likes dolls. And so whenever anybody asked her to cook, they gave her a brand new doll. When Doris finally wound up with about 25 or 26 dolls, they were in every room that she ever lived in this building. They were. Including the last room that she was in, she died in 2006. She had H1N1. Nobody in the United States have ever died of bird flu. That's H1N1. But it does cause pneumonia. And they have died of pneumonia. Doris had H1N1. She died of pneumonia right down the hall on the first floor with her dolls in her room. All right. So many people have seen me tell this story on YouTube or anything else that a lot of people brings Doris a doll to present it to her through the spirit box. She loves dolls. To this day, she promises, I promise you, she does this through a spirit box. You give her a doll, and she'll thank you for the beautiful doll through that spirit box. To this day, she does. And so that's one of them I can't explain. You know. Yes, I do believe in spirits now. Absolutely do.
Battery.
But it do shut off.
No, battery's running low. I need to replace it.
I'm just about done. You can put a new battery in it when we're walking around if you want to.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, in the room that she died in, her 26 dolls that she collected are in that room. They're in there. And so are about 100 other dolls in there that have seen YouTube and heard me tell the story. Well, in the 5 years that I've been telling the history of this thing, I have found out the majority, not all of them, but the majority of men are terrified of dolls. but you won't admit it.
They creep me out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like
it.
I'll tell you the truth, I'm not lying, I'm terrified of them. I don't like the damn things. I know when I'm gonna wink at me or start talking to me. They give me the creeps, they really do. Well, it bothers some guys so much, they wouldn't even go in her room. Now, did you see the spook story when Destination Fear was here?
No, I did not.
I can't remember her name.
Don't remember that
I've never seen
one.
that one.
Dakota and Chelsea were here, and two other guys. Okay, they were here. Chelsea was sitting on the floor about right here. There's a sleeping bag wrapped around her. She was going to stay right here. This is going to be her spot to sleep. There was a spirit spoke to him. Loud enough that you could hear it on TV and you could understand who it was when I was watching it on TV. It said, "Well, hello, young lady. How are you this fine evening?" "Oh, it's evil. Wham, run, zip." I never wanted to reach through a television screen and cold cock anybody before my life. If I could have reached her, I would have knocked her ass out. I would have. Because I know who was talking to her. It wasn't Ida. It was Doris. Down there's a kitchen.
Yeah. Oh.
And she's a sweetheart. Doris is a sweetheart. It's the size of room that a guy lived in. Okay? And so it's not much more than a glorified jail cell with a nice window. Is really all it is, okay? Now, looky here. And you can come in if you wish. Okay, you guys told me you've heard the story before.
Absolutely.
What happened here?
Yeah.
And whose room is this?
This is Ida's.
Right.
Huh?
This would be the Ida's room,
Ida's.
right?
Doors. Yeah,
The doors.
Ida's,
Ida's,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. See the flowers?
Yeah.
That's where the broom was. I took the broom down. That was too much.
Yeah.
Okay. So I took the broom down. Now, as you can see, a lot of people give her a lot of sympathy. They know she never asked for anything that happened to her. She didn't.
Yeah.
And they give her a lot of sympathy. They leave her notes right there and stuff like that. Now, I will tell you, Ida hangs out a lot in that corner right there. All right, now you remember me telling about the light bulb? There's no electricity to that, so that won't set no EMF meter off. And so if your EMF meters, if you got any, goes off, it's Ida. Okay? Now you can communicate with her through your meters or anything. All right, so this is Ida's room. And no, that is not Annabelle. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that thing getting up, eating your ears off of you or anything like that. That ain't gonna happen. All right, and so you can see all the stuff that people brought her. They sympathize with her more than anything else. I do. I know she didn't ask for nothing to happen to her. I feel sorry for her, I really do. Especially since I'm about halfway telling her story in her room and she don't want me to. It's okay, Ida, I'm leaving. Let's go back out. So now you know where Ida's room is, right?
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna go on down this way. This just keeps getting darker. See the light switch? This might be a popular room because it's got a light switch in it. Okay. Now, what's the first thing you notice when you come in here?
Chair in this corner.
This stuff?
The
Did
workbench.
you notice that thing?
No.
That's a laundry chute.
Oh.
Goes clear to the second floor. And I don't know who in the hell put Barney in there, but that looks good. I like him. So I'm gonna leave him there. All right, now here's something else that you need to know. If you fly over this building and look down on it with a drone or a helicopter, you're gonna look down on a building that's built in this formation shape of a Christian cross. What if you need room? Why don't you build a wall from here, from your crossbar to your upright, on every floor, both sides? That makes you a little triangle room. No, it's six more little triangle rooms. See it?
So is that what this is?
That's one of the, this is one of them. All right, now, if you have an SLS camera, which I said they're expensive as hell, there is a stick figure in here. Okay? Now, you ladies, he's likely to introduce himself to you ladies pretty quickly, maybe pretty soon even. He's ornery. All right, now, the stick figure is right here, and he's swinging a hammer. Or he's right there, or he's against that wall back here. Now, his name is Walter Ryan Armstrong. He's 87 years old. He retired from Onco Mold in Winchester and stopped after work every night at the A&B Cafe and drank a lot of beer. I retired from Onco Mold in Winchester and stopped at A&B quite often, but I don't pinch his butt. And he does. And so if you get pinched, it damn sure ain't me. Because if I do it, you're gonna know that I do it. Okay. And so if it happens, it's war. All right? And just tell me. Now, one of the things that they used to do was bring your least mental handicapped men down here and let them think they were doing something. Let's look at here. Let's repair the bench right here. Now, that's not with a drill. But that, man, that's with a screwdriver. And that gives me cramps in my hands just thinking about it. All that. You know that's harder than hell to do, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
And then they repair it again right here. Now let's drive a bunch of nails along the edge and nail this baby up to the wall so it never comes down. And Walter's sitting there swinging a hammer. I wonder who drove all them nails in there. Walter did, of course he did, you know. And so,
So we can hear him working in here sometimes.
probably.
Yeah.
All right, so he's there. He is here. He is here. For sure. For sure. And now let's talk about the laundry chute. There is a laundry on the other side of the basement. So why in the hell is the laundry chute here? Why did it come down here? Remember the sick rooms? The triangle rooms? They used them for sick rooms. And so if you've got tuberculosis, cholera, flu, cold, anything, you're going to be in a sick room. Now I said they put the slanted walls on every floor. That means right above us is another slanted wall room. Sick room. And so if you went into that one up there above us right now, chances of you coming out was slim, very slim. And so they put the laundry chute right outside of the sick room so you can rip the contaminated sheets off the bed and drop them down to the laundry, down to here. And from here, somebody could take them outside and burn them if necessary, or they could take them on down to the laundry and clean them. And so just remember, every slanted wall room you see from now on was a sick room. Okay? Except 2 floors up. 2 floors up, and on the men's side, there was a jail cell.
Oh.
A real one. Okay, so I'll show you. Do you turn that light off for me, please? Thank you. Now, Walter, now's your chance, buddy. This door is standing wide open. There has been hundreds of thousands of little creatures killed in that room. Lice.
Oh,
Let's face it, you live underneath a bridge for 5 years, you're probably gonna have lice. And then you come to live here, they gotta get rid of the damn lice, or everybody in the building's gonna have them, right?
yeah.
Okay, so they stay right up here. You should lose your clothes.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody's smearing lye all over you. And lye burns like fire, but it also kills lice, okay? And so you stand here and let it burn and kill lice as long as you can stand it. Then you step here in the shower, turn the shower on, and wash it off. Well, when water mixes with lye, it makes a vapor, and when you breathe it, it makes you sick and you puke. And so there was a toilet right there to puke in. That's all it did is kill lice in this room. At least they got someplace to do it.
Yep.
See the long hall? That's the upright for the cross.
Oh,
On the other side of that wall, there's another long hall. Put the two long halls together, there's your upright for your cross. Right here is your crossbar. The hell is that?
I don't know.
It's like a feather.
It's part of the feather. I don't know what it was either. Okay, looky here. This is your crossbar of your cross, okay? That is the laundry down there.
Okay.
All right. That is our water room, electricity room, and coal room right there. It says area closed, but you can go in there, just look around if you want to. Okay. Now, there was a buzzer that went off down here every morning at 7 a.m.
Roger's here.
What'd you get?
Roger's here.
It went off again at 8 a.m. 7 a.m. means get up. 8 a.m. is breakfast is ready. 12 noon is lunch. 5 o'clock supper time. 10:30 at night, lights out. Okay? This is the men's first floor dining room. So guys, no matter where you live in this building, I don't give a damn if you're on crutches, a wheelchair, a walker, or what, you've got to get down here 3 times a day to eat. Nobody's gonna bring it to you. Okay? And guess what? Because I've been dying to do this.
All right.
It still works. It's right here. There's no timer on it, so somebody manually has to push it.
Yeah, overhead this whole place is the shape of a cross.
Yeah.
We're right here at the cross.
At the cross middle?
Yeah. This is our length of it. Right here's the cross members.
Okay. And the ladies is right on the other side of that wall. Now, come in here, and this is Doris's kitchen.
Doris was the cook. Pretty much lived here her whole life from 11 on.
Okay. All right. I know that it's 12 months. This is the last one over here. The light switch works.
Wow.
Right here's an early picture of Doris, and here's one about 3 months before she died. And Doris is a sweetheart, and that's who was talking to Chelsea when she was sitting on the floor out there.
Oh, it scared her.
Somebody left her Monster juice here. All right, now, Doris is notorious for her green bean casserole.
Oh.
I love green bean casserole. This is Doris's recipe.
May we take a picture of it?
Yes, sure. Absolutely, you can. You can have. That's got to stay, but yes, you can have a picture.
She won't be mad at me.
He knows it says string beans, blanching in boiling water. In other words, that doesn't mean open a can of green beans and jump it in a bowl or casserole. This is real stuff.
Which is delicious.
And so I used to read the newspaper and find out where she was cooking that night, and I would go just to get her green bean casserole. That's how I knew it. Katrina Wiseman spent 72-hour paranormal lockdown here. The first night, Nick put his bunk right here. Right here. Katrina was on down the hall where it's dark. She counts. She scares me. But right here's where Nick was, and he kept hearing the sound in here and could never find it. Grant Wilson from TAPS was upstairs. Katrina was down there. He called Grant down here, he called Katrina in here. They're looking around for the sound that Nick heard. Well, Grant found it. It was this. It was that sound. And Grant told Nick, if you got a spirit down here that's got that much energy, I don't believe I'd stay here. He wouldn't have told me that twice. I'd have been in the car. I'd have been gone. I'd definitely. That's it right there. Well, Nick stayed right there all night long. Didn't bother him. Good for him. I wouldn't.
So that's startling accurate.
Yeah.
All right, now. The Doris cooked in here for 70 years. This is her, she was brought here when she was 11, she died here when she was 81. That's 70. All right, so now here is a hood for the gas stove. You can imagine the size of the gas stove that has been set here. Now, this hood still works.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and this switch, unless I'm opening and closing somebody's garage door, I got no idea what it is. This is the lights in here. Dark in here, ain't it?
A little bit.
All right, now we're gonna go on the rest of it. I'm gonna kill the lights. Yes, see the paint? All right, now, see the paint is chipping?
Yeah.
That is latex. See the green underlayment? That's lead base. Don't lick the walls.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
Don't be picking up any of this asbestos floor tile and make little asbestos cookies.
They'll start acting weird later on in life.
Yeah, exactly. Now, there's not enough lead base or asbestos here to kill you, but it will make you sick. All right, now here's one more thing I've got on this. You see the white chips right here, and you see the green chips, and you see the red chips. They all taste the same anyhow, so don't. Hi, dude, you still hanging around, baby?
Oh.
Halloween. Come on.
Oh, is
Here's my antique.
that a boiler?
It wants me as an 1878 coal-fired boiler.
Oh, wow.
Okay. It wants me to dig a hole with me, sand it, paint it black, clean the coal ash out of the inside,
One of those feathers.
line the inside with plastic, ice, and Miller Lite. That's gonna sit right in my living room.
Yeah.
I haven't got a wife anymore to tell me I can't have that. I live with 2 cats, and neither one of them would give a damn. So,
Wow.
that's my favorite antique in the
That's
building.
cool.
right there.
That is.
I've never seen one of those in person.
That's old.
Yeah.
Look at the size of that dryer.
Whoa.
Every place there was a drop right here, there was one of them dryers. Halloween, we had this young girl was kept hiding in there. And we taught people, go over that door. It's kind of creepy. And so, that is the access, water access to this room. And still hooked up to a cistern out back full of water. And if I put new bushes in that and primed it would still work.
502.
All right, here's another slanted wall room. Now, this was not a medical room, it was a medical supply room. They keep stuff down here in the basement to keep it cool. Okay, so that's a medical supply room. Now, right here, see that step?
Yep.
That step right there to that way is the old 1851 foundation. From right here, this way is 1898, 99.
So that's part of the original.
Yeah, this is all original. From right there to that step down. All right, now come in here. Now see your old white limestone foundation? That's the original building. You're standing in the backyard right now of the original building that burnt down. So see the old original foundation? See the newer foundation?
Yeah.
Right behind you. All right, see that door? That was the west door. You're standing in the backyard right now. And yes,
Raj,
yes, you
Look at that! Look at that keystone.
Yes, you found it.
Raj.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Right at the top of the keystone.
All right, now,
Yep.
I take it you guys are both Masons, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, now tell me something. I've been guessing this, because I don't know. See that?
Yeah,
There ain't no leg there.
it's there.
It's there.
Yeah,
you just gotta.
it's in there.
You just gotta look for it.
People have been rubbing their fingers on it too.
It's there. I can see it with this flashlight hitting it. It's
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
It's probably just been painted over a bunch of times.
Yeah. It's been painted over so many times it filled it.
Okay. All right. And so
Matter
this,
of fact, there's a date underneath of it too. There's a 2 just
it.
to the right of the square
Awesome.
point.
cool.
Now, that being on a keystone, that to me that speaks of the Mark Master degree,
Yeah. Yeah, see, there's
Which-
numbers right here.
which is more York right.
There's numbers here.
I would say there's more, yeah, there's definitely more under that should have been painted over too much. That's all it is.
All right, this is the west entrance to the original building. And that is the keystone, center stone. Keystone, not the cornerstone, naturally. but
Right, no, that's the keystone.
Okay. So, I went uptown and got every mason that I know uptown and brought them out here and showed them that. They think that's cool.
I think it's cool.
That's very cool.
That's Bob right there.
Ah,
That's his Uncle Bob right here.
Oh my.
That right there in the coffin is Boner.
This room. One I don't want to see.
All right, now, right here's an old chopping block. In 1851, this was an oak tree out in the backyard. Since then, there's been a lot of chickens lose their head right here. See the hooks?
yep.
You slaughter a hog out in the barn, bring him in here, hang it up, cut the ham, bacon, pork chops off, wrap them up in brown paper, and tie strings around them, and then put them in there in the ice box. Okay? And in later years, they made a refrigeration unit out of it, so it still works. Now, in the 1920s, there was a cholera epidemic around here. It was terrible. You know what causes cholera?
Bad water.
Shit in the water
Pig
usually.
poop.
Yeah, pig shit in the water, exactly. In other words, you put your well too damn close to a hog water, or hog water too close to a well, or somebody's trying to kill you. Okay, and this is 1920s. There was only 2 morticians in Winchester. At that time, there were 9,000 people in Winchester. Today, we got less than 5. We've lost all of our industry. But at that time, there was 9,000 people in Winchester. 2 morticians could not keep up. And now they got a cholera epidemic on top of it. There ain't no way they can keep up. So the county commissioners put together an ambulance crew that done nothing else but go around and pick up cholera cadavers. That was their entire job. They were told to get them into the morticians if they can. And if they can't, they can bring them right out here. This is a county-owned building. They can bring them right out here, stack them on the floor, right against this wall right here. Stack them up, and then they painted the wall down to about where the bodies were. And so they were probably about right in here, is my guess. There's another camera. Cool. Okay. And so that's what they did. Now, Uncle Bob here died the first night that ambulance crew was on duty. And so they picked Uncle Bob up, took it for granted that he had cholera. They didn't bother to take him in and get a hold of the morticians. And they bypassed him and brought Bob right out here and put him in this stack of cadavers that are out here. So if Uncle Bob didn't die of cholera, he damn sure on it now. Okay? And so that very same night, Uncle Bob's family came out here and said, hey, Bob didn't die of cholera. Bob died of a heart attack. We want a funeral. And so the 2 morticians was thinking money, 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 money. They bought themselves an embalming table because of all these people stacking up right here. They're thinking of making a killing off of this, literally. All right. And so they were told you can't embalm anybody for a funeral that died of cholera because you kill everybody at a funeral home if you do. Like COVID. That's what reminded me so much of this story, because I've heard the same thing about COVID. All right, and so there were several people that died of COVID that didn't have a funeral. And it was never embalmed because of that. Okay, so now Uncle Bob's family wants a funeral because he died of a heart attack. So the next day, the 2 morticians dig their embalming table out of mothballs, dig Bob off the pile right there and put him up here. And I read about this, detail about this, so when I kind of go on the details, I'm telling you the flat truth. They put Bob up here. They drilled a hole right here into that artery.
Carotid.
And they drained him out, blood, as much body fluids and everything else they could get out of him onto the dirt floor that was here. Not cement then, it was dirt floor. Blood just stopped running out of his neck. Then they come down here, and then the femoral artery that we've all got right there, they put a brass insert in right there, and they've got a hand pump embalming thing, where they clip that onto the insert, and they're pumping full of embalming fluid. Now, do you know what kind of biosuits they had back in the 1920s? They're cardboard. They ain't doing shit. They're not helping nobody, okay? And so they kept pumping embalming fluid in until it ran out the hole up here in his neck. He's done. He's ready to go. Bob's ready for a funeral. All you gotta do is dress him and take him to a funeral parlor. Next day, before they got him over there, here comes family back. We don't want to take a chance of killing everybody in a funeral home. We don't want a funeral. So what the hell is your mortician supposed to do with Bob now? They risk their life to get him embalmed. They've got him embalmed. What are they supposed to do with him? And so what they did with him, he came in a sheet, just like he is here. They wrapped a sheet around him, rolled him up in the sheet, tied straight rope around him, and put him right in there in that cooler. What else do they put in that cooler? Ham, bacon, and pork chops. So there's a stiff in their supper cooler, meat cooler. And everybody in this building is thoroughly upset,
Well, yeah.
very upset about that. And so people in this building is, honest to God, talking about burning the building down to purify it. Well, they didn't, and I'm glad they didn't. Now, there's 3 old ladies that went down to the laundry to do their laundry. These 3 old ladies died of cholera. Cholera. Everybody in the building blamed the morticians for food poisoning.
But everybody would have got it in that case.
Exactly. So that wasn't the case. So somebody finally realized, you see the vents in these doors and the vent in that door right here behind you?
Yeah.
These are the same doors that was up then. Same doors. You got a stack of dead laying right here. What the hell makes you think them 3 old ladies didn't walk right down that hall right there to the laundry carrying their dirty clothes and got cholera because it went through their doors?
Mm-hmm.
You know that's what happened. And they finally realized it. Okay? Well, that put an end to the makeshift morgue. It lasted less than a year, but it did really happen.
Yeah.
For real. Now, remember telling you they drained Bob's blood out on the floor, dirt floor? It's not a morgue no more. That's gotta be cleaned up, right?
Right.
That's still contagious as
I'll
hell.
say it's still dirt there.
Okay, so I want you to look at that door. See how short that door is?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't really that short. They did not clean this mess up. When it quit being a morgue, they brought wagon loads and wagon loads of hand-made, hand-mixed cement mixers out here. And they dumped 18 inches of cement over this entire basement down here and covered it up. And so my job, one job that I've got is if we ever sell this building, I have to tell somebody, don't break the damn cement up down here because you can start cholera on the roll again. And if you don't think it lasted that long, have you ever had a crawl space dug out underneath your house? Or seen it? I know what I'm talking about. They take the dirt and put it in a wagon and pull it out in the backyard and dump it in your backyard and just keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. One of the first damn things that'll come up out of that dirt that they dumped in your backyard are morning glories. And there ain't been nobody dug underneath your house for 200 years, probably, if you live in an older house. And so, if flower seeds can last over 100 years in the ground under your house, cholera can last underneath cement today, till today. All right, now, this room, since you guys are all spending the night here, this is a fairly active room. Back when the men could join them, there was 5 guys went in there to do their laundry, and they were up to no good, and it scared the woman. And she went running down the hall, running down this hall, running by this door. And these shelves you see right here were put up along in here to hold canned goods. She was hiding from them guys. She ran in here, went underneath one of these shelves right here. The 5 guys found her, and they raped her. And so there are a lot of EVPs in this room from that energy. So this is a fairly active room. And no, I don't remember what her name was. Okay, so look how short that door is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how soon after all the cholera outbreak and all that, did they decide to actually put down the concrete and everything?
This, within a year.
Within a year?
Within a year. Now, we're not gonna hit every room, but I'm gonna hit this one real quick. Everything in this room was with the building when we bought it, except this bed. The two owners are antique collectors. They went to an auction and bought this brick bed and put it out here. But the old classic crapper and the packing, the clothes boxes and everything was left here in the building when we bought it. Okay? All right, now you notice I'm utilizing lights. I'm doing it on this floor because the second floor men's side lights don't work. The ladies' side does, but the men's side don't. This is putting two more modern beds together and trying to show that you can make bunks out of them. They never did. There was never over one person per room. Okay.
Same type of beds we had at Atterbury.
It looks like an Atterbury bunk to me.
Yeah, it looks
I think-
exactly like
I think
them.
they're military. I really do. All right, now here, that look familiar?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does, doesn't it? All right, this is a single setup for in there. So, that's basically it. Then come down here. See, I'm moving kind of fast on purpose. This is a single setup down here, right here. Look at the antique wheelchair.
Wow.
Antique wheelchair. Rotary dial phone. Antique radio. And the truth of the matter is, this bunk right here may be shabby looking, but it's the most comfortable bunk in the building.
Really?
It really is. Because it used to be down here in the church, and I used to spend an afternoon or two out here snoozing. What do you think that's what I'm doing? All right, now this is the sick room that I was telling you about, cholera and tuberculosis. Come on here. Now, there would only been one bed, two beds that had been side by side. They wouldn't have been bumped. This is the first floor dead gurney, the real one. There have been dead people on that taken clear up to the front of the building, like I told you the story. That's the second floor dead gurney right there. Now, see the laundry chute right here beside it? I told you they put the laundry chute right next to the sick rooms, so you can rip off the contaminated sheets, and probably drag them on the floor, and carry them right out there and drop them down the door outside. And
Water fountain right next to the cholera room.
that looked like the upright to the cross. Take that hall over there, combine these two, and there's your upright. Right here is your crossbar. This looks more like a crossbar here than it did down in the basement. Yes, that is the buzzer that I was pushing downstairs. That's why you can hear it all over the building. Now, that room down there is the men's first floor church. This is the men's first floor day room. That's the ladies' first floor church. That's the ladies' day room. Okay, so let's go down here to the men's church. There's a problem down here. See, that's another way down to the basement right there. Why is there a variety in here? It's a problem from a movie. I've never seen the movie. Because supposedly the bride was getting married to this guy. She showed up, she's standing here waiting. He ain't here. And so they stand around. She gets an ass load of it, goes out to the woodshed and picks up an axe. Brings an axe in, holds it in front of her, and he finally shows up. And then he winds up with the axe right here, between his eyes. She killed him. All right, this is supposed to be a movie prop. Now, at least, she's pretty. I give her that. All right, and she got a nice dress. Now, you want to know the truth about it? We've got a guy that works for us from Rockford, Illinois. Crane Jack. He wears this bride when he's trick or treating on Halloween. He rode it all the way from Rockford, Illinois to here on Halloween this year, wearing that stupid dress. Okay, he drove all the way from Rockford, Illinois to here wearing that dress. I'm sure he got some good looks. I'm sure he did. And so what he did was he come down here and he'd stand right here like she's standing now with the dress on. We had people walking through the building, eyeballing the place, flashlight tours and everything else. Kids would come up. There was no buttons on that dress. And he'd say, "Get your damn hands off of me." And just scare them to death. It was funny. This is the men's day room. First floor day room. All right, they were allowed to play cards, chess, checkers, lie to each other. They were allowed to smoke in here when they couldn't smoke in their rooms. They could right here.
But we're not gonna smoke in there.
No, you're absolutely correct. All right, now look right here. See the fireplace? See the bricks setting up on the end like I told you they would be in the arch? Okay. This was the fireplace that heated the men's room. It went right through the flue and heated the ladies' room too. Now, this place is segregated, Jim. I got $1 million that says these old farts sit here and check the ladies out. And I got another $1 million that says I know damn good. I was married for 53 years, so I know a lot of your female tricks. Okay? I'm not stupid. All right, I can guarantee you there was women that parade back and forth in front of that over there just to drive these guys crazy. You agree?
I do not disagree in the least.
I know damn good well, right? So this is a lady David, and yes, they can sit in here and lie to each other and smoke and play poker or cards or chess or checkers or whatever they want to do.
The ball is in here, why?
Huh?
The ball is in here, why?
Why not?
All right.
Just have to check it out from the other side.
Yeah, the other side.
I do know where it came from. I came from Noah's room, right down this hall, is where we're going next. I'll take it back. He probably didn't want to come get it. All right, now you know the EVP up right over here?
Yeah.
Got right here. This is where my sister and cousin were standing, and they heard somebody walking down that hall, and they got to get out right here. All right, now there's the ladies' first floor church. There's the ladies' first floor bathroom. That room right there has a tub in it for an invalid if you need, if you're crippled, somebody will help you. This is the hand washing station. Now, if you got an SLS camera, which nobody does, there's a picture on the, there's a spirit right here, a stick figure spirit right here. He doesn't know that's a hand washing station. He thinks it's a urinal.
Fabulous.
And it's covered in hell. And it's obvious what he's doing. I didn't know ghosts did that, did you? See, I learned something. All right, now this is the closet. As you can see how the paint's peeling, how ratty it was when we first bought it. See, we've done a hell of a lot of work to this place since we bought it. Now, you know what I tell them about this closet? If you've got a closet you need to come out of, here's your opportunity. All right, let's go in here. This is where the doors died. This is dolls.
Nope, probably good right here.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, didn't
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were standing ones.
I can see them fine, right where I am.
Oh, Doris.
See them dolls on the top shelf?
Yeah.
That one are really Doris's dolls. And the bottom shelf are really Doris's dolls.
Where's the boy one? The one that she likes?
That one of them right there. And right here's the other one I don't like.
Oh, that one is a little interesting.
Now, you know what's really strange about this room? Look straight up above you.
Camera.
Oh,
You know why? It's the only room out here that's got a camera in it. We were having trouble with people stealing dolls.
Oh, what the?
And they also was taking the expensive ones. They knew which ones were money and which ones were.
Right.
Wow.
See these down here?
Yeah.
They were taking these high dollar dolls. And so now, what?
the part of the ocean on the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
The-
The necklace.
the Titanic
Oh,
necklace.
no.
So, if anybody takes a doll today, we've caught them.
Yeah.
And I've told you there's also cameras out in the driveway too. We've got your license plates recorded too.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not gonna happen no more. And it hasn't happened, because I make sure to tell them, you're wired. And so don't try it, you won't make it.
Good.
I mean, I wouldn't want one.
So you need to be able to do those, but apparently
I don't
this
think
is
they
one of the
wanted them
friendlier
to
ones
I
are
think they
still
wanted
here.
them to
Since she was.
Doris can have them.
Right. I think so too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right here's the one that I told you was Scarlett O'Hara.
Oh, the blue dress?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that sure looks like her.
Yeah.
And I don't like her. And I've told Doris I don't like her. She told me she did. And I wonder what them are.
Does that one have Slimer? That one does have Slimer.
Oh, that's great. I'm not a fan of the two big ones, especially with his no eyes.
That's creepy.
That's creepy.
These dolls freak me out every day.
Oh, does she ring the bell?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna holler for room service.
Good night. We're gonna have to do an EVP in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm all for it.
We're gonna have to.
See, dolls don't bother me.
I'll do it.
I'm fine with that room. They don't bother me.
There's Mandy.
That,
Did it startle you?
a little bit,
I
yes.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, it's Sebastian.
That's on TikTok, it really is.
Oh, really?
And Katie monitors it.
Yeah.
And when people walk by here, they go, get with them.
It's a scare
It's
cam.
on film.
That's great.
So she puts it on Facebook.
Great.
I can't.
All right, now here we go. It's worse.
You say it's worse?
Come on.
That's what she said.
Can I play this out?
Go ahead.
This room.
Come here. Whose room is this?
Noah's.
Looky right here.
No.
All right, now this is where this ball come from. So I'm gonna put it back. Noah, I brought your ball back. Now, Noah is in here. Now, Noah's an 8-year-old little boy. He died of the old-fashioned measles in 1943. I was telling one of them not too long ago that I had them in 1955, and I about died. And so, it's not been that long that measles was killing people. All right, so now I know for a fact that if you're sitting in here, like I am right now, and you've got a spirit box, start talking to Noah. And when the balls or balloons start moving, that he's in here. And then listen very good to your spirit box. It'll sound like he's coming out of that corner right there. And the first thing he's gonna do is point out the notepads on that desk and the colored drawing pictures, pencils. He's gonna invite you to either draw him a picture of something or leave him a note. Now here's a secret, and this is true story too. spirits are in today's time. If he wants you to draw him an airplane, don't draw him a two-wing biplane. Draw him an F-18 fighter jet. Modern. He wants to know what's going on now. Hell, he was alive through then. What does he need to know about that? He wants to know what you got now.
Okay.
And they're all like that. They're in today's time. When did you die? Do you remember when you died? What did it feel like? No, he don't remember, and he don't want to go through it again. You know, and we all ask the same questions. So just consider being here, present, just like you are right now, and I'd be talking to you.
Right.
Okay. And that's a true story. That is true. Now, when you come in here, for God's sakes, watch your step. These things right there will kill you. It's like ice skating. And you haven't lived until you step on one of them barefooted or a Lego. I've done that too. My son is 3 years old now, and I beat his ass right at the kid for leaving that stuff out. I stepped on him. Yeah, it hurt. And so, he's in here. Now, where's the top? Right there's the top.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of his favorite toys. Now, there's a metal,
This thing?
that thing. That's his time period too. See that dead stop on it?
Yeah.
Set that dead stop right on that
The X there?
edge. And then come back later and see if it's moved. That's why the X is there, so you can do that.
Gotcha.
Okay? Now, you can jump up and down with your feet right now, and this floor won't vibrate. There's probably been 50 trucks go by since you've been here, and you ain't felt the building vibrate yet, and you won't. You won't. And so if anything in here is moved, it's him moving it. Okay? And so this floor, this is about, remember I told you the ladies' side, this floor was about number 3. You see why it's number 3? You got the dolls, you got Noah. Okay, it's creepy. This side can be spooky. Although there ain't really nothing to be afraid of on this floor, nothing. And their basement's a different story. Yeah, there is spooky shit down there, and I don't like that. And the attic can be a different story too. It's kind of creepy too. We're getting ready to head that way, right? Well, as a matter of fact, I've showed you about enough detail on this floor. We're probably going to go from here to the second floor. Okay. I've done nothing but point out hot spots. But if you really want to know
Gotta
that,
come back and check
Yeah,
that.
we gotta check that. Watch that car. How about moving that out of the way so we don't kill ourselves tonight?
yeah, that will get you too. I mean,
What
it
to
will
do that little white one
flash
out,
you.
because that one I watched a video and he apparently likes that one, that's why I dug it out.
Oh, I gotcha. Good eye.
And that couch is a high-dollar couch back in the day. That's velvet. Velveteen, that's what it's called. That was a very expensive couch. That is the most uncomfortable couch I have ever laid down on. I was gonna sleep in there one night, and I swear to God, I had a spring going through my back. Okay, he was allowed to do mock trials up in the attic. Okay, see that door down there standing open? Right behind that door, there is a jail cell. And so he got his caretaker and went up to Winchester to Randolph County Jail and bought that just before World War II because he knew there was going to be trouble out here, troublemakers, draft dodgers. Do you know if he was an alcoholic for World War II, you didn't get drafted? That's true. It damn sure didn't work for Vietnam. I know it didn't work. I know some people that went out the night before they got their physical, they would drink Mad Dog 2020 by the gallon. And if that don't kill you, it would make you wish you was dead. I don't know what it will.
Well, they gave us breathalyzers the next day, so they put a stop to that one.
You in the Army?
Yep, 9 years, 1999, 2008.
What's your MOS?
11 Bravo and 11 Charlie.
I was 11B. What rank you make?
I was a sergeant by the time they handed me my papers when I discharged.
I was staff sergeant by the time I got out.
What's up? I made a debug. Remember that noise man on the stairs?
Yeah,
I heard it again.
okay.
Came from the radiator.
Oh, okay.
Roger, you're an FO for
13 Foxtrot.
yeah, for what, mobile artillery?
Line self-propelled howitzers.
Self-propelled, that's what I was, yeah.
155 millimeter howitzers.
He's Desert Storm, I was
I knew there was
Afghanistan.
something about you guys that I liked. I knew there was something about that.
Oh,
All right here, Nick Groth on his last night on paranormal lockdown slept right there in that bed. And I seen him the next morning. And he said, my God, that's a busy hallway out there. He said there was something walking up down that hallway all night. You know what they were doing? Tricking him. Every time he would go, act like he was asleep, somebody would go like that. So yes, this is a real jail cell. If nobody's ever been in jail, you gotta come in and see what you think of it. Yes, that don't work. No, it don't.
Don't worry, I'll log in.
There was a mouse down in there a couple of years ago that was beyond stink. He was definitely gone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with the SLS, me and the Booth brothers, Philip and Christopher, all three of us sat right here, and we was talking to a stick figure back in there for about an hour. He was telling us he spent a little time in here. I said, what'd you do? And he said, none of your damn business. So, I didn't ask again.
fair enough.
All right, so let's make them butters too. John Oliver Cheese was the second one. He got shoved out the window by some bloods. He killed, murdered.
Oh, that was the second room back there.
That was the second room.
Okay.
It's got a bed in it. He's an 86, 87-year-old man, so he's got a bed if he wants one.
Okay,
I'm 76 and I damn sure want one.
damn right.
All right.
So
That's
with
the
that-
second floor men's church, second floor ladies' church, identical to downstairs. Second floor men's daily. Sorry. What the hell is this?
I know a toy from Noah's room, probably.
What the hell did that come from? All right, this is the men's second floor daily. Now, what determines which floor the person's supposed to be on?
Not sure.
Think about it. You ain't got any servants, any nurses, any doctors, nothing.
So probably your mobile people are up on the second
So you
floor.
Take the good shaped ones and put them like they're on the second floor, and put the ones that had hard to handle downstairs. All right, I have no idea where we are.
No, they're going to be back.
Somebody. All right, right here's the switch. You guys can come in this room if you wish. There was satanic writing in chalk all over this door frame. And there was satanic writing on that window frame back here. It said the devil walks this ground. It was Aramaic. And I had a guy here from Dayton that could read Aramaic. And he was telling me what it was. And so when Amy Bruni and Adam Berry was here, they brought a demonologist, a pair of demonologists with them from Dayton. And they cleaned this off with holy water, okay? And I cleaned that window off with holy water and a paper towel. Now, the Destination Theater was here. I was the whole first part of that show, the historic part. They wanted me, you can see the stick stuff, tape set right there. They wanted me to stand right here. Right there was a camera. And the goddamn camera people got clear back over there at the door and started asking me questions. And the first thing I told them was, before we come in here, I don't like this room. Why don't I like this room? Adam Kimmel, one of the previous owners, was doing demonic stuff in here, him and his crazy ass wife. And they were playing with Ouija boards and stuff in here. I don't like this room. This room gives me the creeps, okay? And so I told them, I said, before we come in here, didn't I tell you I don't like this room? Yeah. I said, well, then you stick a camera up your goat's ass if you think I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to. I told you I don't like camera crews. And we went down steps, you know, the steps from the basement or from the kitchen down into the basement. They set me up down there at the bottom of them steps. It was just damn near worse than this.
Oh, no.
And so I haven't had good luck with camera crews. And this room right here, come on in here, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Right here's the light.
It's a big room.
What was this?
Maybe a nursery?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is where that little girl down there, a picture of a wall in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
That's Sarah Lucinda Wood. She was born right here in this room.
Okay.
Okay. And here's something else I'm going to show you that's funny. I think it's funny. See that? That's not a bad looking young lady, is it? That's not a lady. Look closer, you got an Adam's apple. That's a cross-dresser. I keep telling him, I said, man, keep it up. You're going to get in trouble one of these days. Now, you see where there was a wall right here at one time? Last Mother's Day, me and the rest of the group around here tore that wall out. And we put the nursery back like it was back in the day. Because I've got a picture up stuck up in the museum that shows this nursery.
So it started out as a nursery, then they divided it, and then you all brought that down.
There was an unwed mother here,
Gotcha.
Lulu.
Mhm.
And so it kind of turned into an unwed mother in person state.
Gotcha.
In about 1929, the county commissioner got enough of it. Came out here toward the nursery out and built a wall right there. And made 2 more living quarters for adult females right here. And so, once I found out that how this room was here,
Yeah.
we tore the wall out, put the nursery back. Okay? And I've had different people tell me that we made Lulu and Sarah very happy. Sarah Lucinda's dead too. She was born in 1916. She was adopted by the Howe family over in Muncie, Howell, over in Muncie. Lulu wound up having 2 other babies here too. No, she was not a little trim. She was messed up mentally and taken advantage of.
This whole time I've never been filming the basement and the attic until now.
Yeah, so a lot of videos and backstories I've read on here and everything, around just from here to make sure trials.
right here, when you come up them steps down there, shine your flashlight down to right here on this corner. I got a little girl down here that sits here and looks around the corner at you. And her eyes glow like a cat's eyes when a flashlight hits them.
Oh, geez.
I got no idea who she is or where she came from. And so if you could talk to her and find out who she is, I'd like to know. Now that's the door to the jail down in the basement. It's there so nobody climbs out that. See where it goes up there, that trap door? There's a cupola right there. It goes a flat area around that cupola. So we can work on it. That ladder's over 100 years old. We really don't trust it.
I wouldn't either.
And so remember me telling you about the judge that held mock trials up here? He held his mock trials right here. In this area right here.
Right there.
Right here. So, right here, so I'm gonna point it out. Here's another way up here. This goes down to the men's second floor church. Okay? There is a light on this end, right there. Okay? Now, looky here. See the hole in the floor? I seen a guy break through that one time. So I threw the logs and scrap lumber in there, put this caution tape around it. We don't trust that out in there, so please don't go out in there.
Okay.
And looky here. You're walking around up here in the dark. You gotta put your eye out.
Yeah.
That's why mind the caution tape on this end, especially. Okay, now I'm gonna kill the light again. Good job. All right, now watch that trigger right there. But I shut the light off and promptly walked over here and tripped over and fell flat on my face right out there. Now, there are no bats out here. There's no bats up here, okay? You might occasionally find a bird
Oh.
that comes through these whirligigs up there. They usually don't last very long.
Be mindful of the squeaking of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so go back downstairs.
Find a mud dog's nest.
Coffee maker will use a nice big cup of coffee.
There's all kinds of things.
Get all that stuff like they were saying. I don't know if you guys want to do the game thing and how it's over.
Yeah, now this place, the attic up here, is kind of a wait and see type thing. When you come up here, you sit down or something, they may not even know you're up here. But once they discover you're up here, they'll entertain for you. In other words, they'll bug you.
Road noise.
Yep.
I'll bring it up here and I'll.
Which is so far, I haven't heard anywhere else in the building but up here.
Yeah, it hasn't been bad.
That don't work. Look down there. See that? Upright down there, up higher.
Yes.
Now go to your left. That right there. There's a camera right there
Okay.
on that post. Now, here's something I want to show y'all. You guys that was in the Army, you know what they're saying, you know what it is when they say 0 dark shit 30.
Yep.
Is that 0 dark shit 30?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that covers it.
That'll do.
You can't see your hand in front of your face. I know you can't.
No,
I see that
That's
camera
0
though.
dark shit 30.
Yeah.
it's about all you see.
Yeah.
This, remember I said there was one door up here? This, when you go through this, you're leaving the infirmary, you're back on the caretaker's storage. Now, in the 1950s, when we was all putting televisions in our houses, you've gotta have an antenna put up outside too.
Yeah.
Okay? These people wanted television.
Yeah.
But they had to ask the county commissioners if they could put a tower up on their building. County commissioner said no. They don't want to rest the old TV tower on the roof and have to buy a water detector. But the county commissioners never told them people they were checking into these attic antennas. And they did, see there was one up there too.
Yeah.
And so they were checking into these attic antennas, and they found out that the attic antennas would work just as well in here as an outside antenna if you didn't have a metal roof. Well, today we got a brand new metal roof, so they wouldn't work at all. We got satellite, so we don't need it. Back in the day, they had slate roofs, so they would still work. And so, my friends, I'm out of tour. I'm done.
Hey folks, Hoosier Hitchhikers here. Our wrap-up video of the Randolph County Infirmary. You'll notice we've got the extended family of the Hoosier Hitchhikers today. With me is Roger, Brian, Seth, and Stephanie. So we did a overnight tour of the Randolph County Infirmary, and what were your all's thoughts on it? As far as just the general tour. So, part 2 will be airing later on.
I really appreciated getting some just snippets of history on the building itself. I feel like it kind of gave me an idea of what I was walking into, what potentially could happen, and who or what I might be encountering whenever we were going to be left alone in the building.
I personally knew nothing about the place. Stephanie set this up. It was something, how did you find it?
So I am one of those doom scrollers on TikTok, Facebook, late at night, can't sleep, and I started discovering paranormal investigators on YouTube and would just stay up watching all of these videos. And the Randolph County Infirmary was one of the investigations that I discovered, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool to go there and see it in person? And
It was
happened.
really cool.
Just like Cindy said, I didn't know a thing about it until Stephanie started giving us links for all this stuff. And I saw a Jason Hawes video where the local historian Ted was giving a history about all of the infirmary, and pretty much it's exactly verbatim what we saw in our video. So I was really amazed by the amount of history that we learned from this. So for me, that hit all the right spots. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the tour with Ted was everything. Getting more into history of the building when it was built, all the phases that it's been throughout time, what was outstanding. I was running late for the tour, but what I got to see of the tour was worth the time.
Well, guess what? You'll get to see it on our channel.
Yeah, sure. Awesome.
I was gonna say, it's good enough we're all willing to go back, right?
Yes.
Check it out a little bit more at this point.
Yep.
So, honestly, I'm a sucker for old architecture too. I think honestly, just as a structure itself, it's a beautiful building, even if it's a little rundown right now, but especially like the front part of it, and actually learning, once again, the history, especially the older architecture, like where they held the wakes there on the front and everything.
Yeah.
Like I learned a lot by actually going there and just listening to Ted, talk about that stuff, and I can appreciate it now, a little bit more when I see stuff like that. I know what it's there for, and I don't know what else to say on it really at this moment.
I mean, when we first arrived, I don't know if it was just the cold or if anyone else felt this way. I just feel this air of anxiety and dread flow over me whenever I got there and stepped out of the car for the first time.
That's just adulthood.
Oh,
That's going to any public function.
I walk around the property, I take some pictures, I'm like, oh, this place looks kind of nice. I walk in, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to go in there.
So you're a skeptic, though, correct?
Absolutely.
And after tonight, or after the investigation, how did you feel?
I've reached questioning
Okay.
phase, if that makes any sense.
Fair enough.
He's got an open mind.
Yep, got it.
I mean, I walked into this with an open mind. It was like, what should I expect? Should I expect more or less? And honestly, I think I got a little bit more than I was anticipating.
I believe that.
I think we all got a lot more than we were anticipating.
Yeah.
To give you all a little background, I know we've never mentioned anything of the paranormal in our channel before, but believe it or not, we were actually part of a paranormal group. Our last investigation was about 15 years ago. That's actually how I met Roger here, through the Mansion City Paranormal Society. And in turn, that's how I got wrapped up into Freemasonry. So ghosts and Masons go hand in hand in my life.
And then I guess the domino effect here. So Brian and I both own a tattoo shop, Legend Tattoo Company. It's located in Corden, Indiana. And Roger came in to get some tattoo work done, and it just so happened while he was in the shop, I was talking about wanting to go to this asylum and check it out, and I swear I saw his ear like twitch a little bit as soon as I started talking about it, and he's like, I do that. And then next thing you know, here we are. We are standing outside of this asylum.
But I digress. That's probably a good place to wrap it up here for this first video. I'm still mad at you, Cindy, because I never did see the brothers.
Sam and Dean.
Yeah, I never did see Sam and Dean.
I told you it was unlikely. I told you.
No, you said we'd see them.
No, I said unlikely. Very, very unlikely.
You're lying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Next go around.
Next go around. Well,
I brought salt and everything. So we'll see you with the next video. Take care, guys.